Hey everybody, it's Jason Creel and you're watching Lawn Care Life. Today I want to talk to you about two main ways that I'm using to get customers in 2019, which is actually the same way I was using in 2018 and probably using in 2020, but it's 2019, so let's talk about it now. You know, one of the questions I get asked more than any by people who are starting out in the lawn business is simply how to get customers. And I really don't know if there is a more important question for somebody who's just starting in the lawn business or considering getting into lawn business. I mean, if you don't get the customers, then you really don't have a business. So I mean, this may be the most pivotal business alongside with picking out equipment, things like that. Those are important. But your equipment, you know, is not doing you any good if you don't have customers. So let me tell you the two ways that I'm using to get customers, and this is nothing that's just rocket science, but I think it's worth mentioning because if you're able to get these two right, I think it will make up for a lot of other methods that you're trying. And what I want to be clear on is that this doesn't mean that these are the only two ways or that other ways are not sufficient or don't work. They can work too, and you can do as many ways as you want, and if their ways are producing customers, then keep doing all of them. But the first way is through building relationships with people in the community. So let me be more specific. So I'm doing weed control and fertilization. I want to get to know as many people in my area as I can who are mowing lawns, because I know that when you're mowing lawns, you get asked, hey, who do you recommend for weed control and fertilization? Well, guess what? I want them to recommend my company. That is a very, very important way that I get customers, and I've developed some of those relationships over the years and gotten to know these people, and in turn I'm able to send them some business or some way to tell them thank you. But it's developed into relationships that's mutually beneficial, and that is such an easy way to get leads, because think about it this way, I mean, their customers are already trusting them, hopefully, if they're doing a good job. And so when they ask that person, who do you recommend for weed control, when they give them a name, that you have a very high chance of being able to land that customer, because it's coming recommended from a lawn care provider who they already trust. Again, I don't want to oversimplify things, but I'm just telling you, having all these different people send me customers has been huge in my business. And the second way that I want to mention is through my website on the internet. Now, I say website, it's really a culmination of all your online presence. So if you watch me, I guess you probably already know that I'm on YouTube. I have a Facebook business page, I have an Instagram account, I have my website. These are things to let Google know, and I guess the other search engines, so Google's by far the most important, to let them know that, hey, my business is important, you should put me first in the rankings on Google. Now, am I first? Well, no, not always first, but at least want to be on that first page. And there's some resources out there on how you can improve. I mean, this whole industry is called search engine optimization, oftentimes referred to as simply as SEO. And I'm no expert at it, but I've learned a lot over the years. And it's something that people specialize in and takes a lot of time and effort and sometimes money to be able to rank on the first page of the search engines in your particular area. Now, this can be very frustrating for some people because they maybe spent money on a website, but they're not ranking well on Google, or maybe they are ranking well on Google, but they're still not getting phone calls. So I'm not putting out any promises that this is gonna work, and if you just get your website, you'll have your phone will ring off the hook. I'm not making any promises. I'm not making any promises on how to get you ranked. I'm just saying there are ways to do it. You can do some research on search engine optimization, but having understanding how many people are searching for lawn care in your area, and this can be done through tools out there that are free, like Google Keyword Tool or Keyword Planner. I'm not sure what they call it now, but you can actually research how many people are searching for a lawn care service in my particular community or by my city name. And so by searching for these keywords, you say, oh, okay, so 800 people search every month for lawn care in my area. Not every month, it probably goes down in the winter time, but and you can find out, hey, there is a lot of people who are getting on the internet searching for a lawn care provider. And I feel pretty confident that whoever shows up first on Google when they're searching for that is probably getting some phone calls. Now, You can also use Google AdWords and pay to be first. You can use Facebook ads to get in front of people that way. Those things can get expensive. They can be effective, but you have to be very strategic on how you do that. And there's a strategy involved with that as well. But if you can rank organically without paying on the first page of Google, and particularly in the top 3 listings there, the higher the better obviously, then it can make your phone ring if you're in an area that has enough population where people are actually searching for it. Now if you're in an extremely rural area where there's very few people, then obviously that's going to limit your results. If you're in a very populated area, you're probably going to have a very difficult time ranking high, because I imagine you're going to have a lot of competition. This video is not to discourage you from doing direct mail, door-to-door, postcards, door hangers, using other online resources that you pay to use to bring you leads. You know, there's Craigslist, there's being active in Facebook groups, local Facebook groups. I think those things are effective and they can work. I know some people have great results on Craigslist. I haven't figured out exactly how to do that yet, but these are the ways that I'm using, okay? Being a presence in the community, letting people begin to know me and my business, so that I'm recommended by the locals, and then also of course being showing up highly on Google searches, so that when people move into town, and I get this a lot, they move in, they don't know anybody who to ask, so they just look on the internet and they call me. And there's some ways we can improve on that by getting some more reviews under your business listing and things to show up higher in the rankings. And when they do find you, to make sure that your website looks nice, that you have some reviews on Facebook, Google, things where people can read about your business and say, yeah, okay, I want to give that business a call and get a quote from them, and we'll go from there. And then you gotta, you know, close the deal once you get in front of them, but you got to get that phone call first to even have an opportunity to close the deal. I understand when you're starting a business, getting customers is a challenge, and it gets easier as you get more established. You're able to get more referrals and things like that. And these 2 methods I'm mentioning are not quick methods, okay? It's quick to go knock on somebody's door and say, hey, can we give you a quote for your lawn service? That's quick. You may close the deal right away. It's quick to go put out postcards and door hangers. What I'm talking about takes time to develop relationships. It may take time to get your website to rank well on Google. But I think these are ways where the long-term fruit is significant. So if you're planning on being a lawn business for a long time, in my opinion, it makes sense to go ahead and get started. But let me hear from you. What are you using to get customers? Is this something that you've tried? Would you agree with my advice here on these 2 methods? Y'all leave a comment below. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. I'll go check out my videos. You can click the channel name below, Lawn Care Life, and it'll take you to a page to show you all the videos I've done. I think there may be close to 500 of them. Talk to you later. Hope this video has been helpful. I'm Jason Creel. Bye.